gobbledygoo, Craig Sullivan. How are you, bro?
Gobble, gobble. It's all good. How are you?
I'm really excited. You know why? Because it's Friday on a Wednesday. How cool is that?
Hey, yeah. I think it's a hell of a way to break up the week. I think it's great.
Yeah. You know what time it is there, Craig, right?
Blue milk and bantha meat time?
Nope. Try again.
An audit.
Yeah. Well, hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. Thank you for having a gobbly good time with us. We really appreciate you joining. I'm Goblin Glenn. Of course, that is Turkey Craig. Turkey Craig, happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and the whole Houseman clan.
Yes, we're all very excited. Actually, Craig, Thanksgiving happens to be my most favoriteest of all the holidays of the year. Did you know that?
Because you're cooking turkey?
Yeah, well, you know, you're usually talking turkey all year, so it's finally nice to cook one. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, man, it is so great. There's just something about it. There's something about waking up on Thanksgiving morning and here on the East Coast. It's nice and cold. I'm sure Suzanne will be on soon enough to tell us how it's not in Southern Florida right now. But, you know, and then you get the parade, you get to watch that. And I start their turkey early in the morning. You got those great smells throughout the house, and then friends and family come over. And it's just such a day filled of nice and joy and peaceful. And for me, I like it also no religious kind of stuff. That's kind of cool too.
And obviously, no political conversation.
No, we totally overlook white man genocide of the indigenous peoples when it comes to that. You know, it's all about, you know, sharing and having a good time for stuff.
That's the way it should be. Yeah, that's great. Congratulations to you guys. And yeah, that sounds like a wonderful day.
Right.
Now, when do you start cooking? It's 7 a.m.?
Yeah. Well, you know, we get up early and start doing that. Tomorrow's going to be really cool. Not only am I doing traditional turkey, but I'm going to be smoking a duck. And I've never used a duck before as an ingredient when I'm cooking. So I've been researching all week and trying to figure out how I'm going to go about it. So I'm super excited to do it. Hopefully, when I bring it out, they won't all yell duck, and then, you know, play with it.
Put the box on.
Yeah, tell them they're having a turducken.
Dave,
Craig, I'm going to go back in a second, let you guys continue. But Craig, we're talking about Thanksgiving, and it's obviously a time where you eat a lot of food. But Craig, you're looking pretty skinny. You losing some weight?
I'm trying. I think I put about 12 pounds on last night after a little adventure.
He took off 8 when he shaved, so that was
I guess it is the shaving, but you're looking thin, Craig. I'm liking it.
Yeah, well, you know, the new look is bad judgment after last week's Friday night audit. I did not check the trimmer and went to trim the mustache, and half of it was gone. And I'm going, oh, shit, are you kidding?
So let me tell you a story that happened to me twice. So as you can see, this beautiful full head of hair was not always there. I used to have a two guard buzz cut across the whole thing, because I did it myself when I was in college because I'm cheap. And it was easy, and I loved it. So there was not one time, but 2 times where I was cleaning the trimmer off, took off the thing, brushed off the hair, went back, zip, and gave myself about this much of a zero cut. So the first time I did it, I said, screw it, and I just buzzed the whole thing. I let it grow back. Wow. The second time I did it, I said, screw it. The second time I did it, I said, screw it. And I just left this little piece there missing for about a week. But because my hair was so short and it grew so fast, it actually grew back in about another week. It wasn't too bad.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, so not once, but twice did I completely buzz my hair, not putting the guard back on the clippers.
All right, everybody, I want to take a segue for a minute, because I want to brag. There's no reason for us to do it this week. We don't really have a guest this week, but I'm going to do this anyway, just to show Dave that every once in a while I know what's what. All right, it's cocktail time. What is your favorite Thanksgiving-related cocktail? For me, and I think the past 26 weeks in a row, it's been tequila. So
literally every show. We used to do this awesome thing where we have the guests give us a drink that we would put on air. We would show it and all that good stuff. And we just kind of said, screw that. That's too much work.
We did a lot of things at the beginning that suddenly...
Especially because you know what happened is the guests would give us these drinks, and then Craig would just show with a beer anyway. He wouldn't actually drink the drink.
In all fairness, I told them, look at 2-3-step mixed drink at best, and that includes ice cubes.
Yeah.
And then Ryan Huntsman came on the show and created that god-awful alcohol on top of alcohol drink. And I'm done.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Amy's drinking an eggnog and bourbon, I hear, at her house. I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun.
That's a nice holiday drink.
Yep. If April showers bring May flowers, what do May showers bring? All right, Mike, let us know in the chat box over there.
It's a very inconspicuous timing for a spring joke. I'm curious where we're going with this.
Pilgrims.
Oh, May showers. Ha ha. Give him a button. Give him a button.
Come on, give him the button.
Hey, Michelle MacArthur, are we going to be on Friday? No, we'll not be on Friday.
Today's it.
5 p.m. on Friday. I will be sprawled out on the couch like this, watching something on TV. Probably.
And I was going to say, I don't think it'll be sports related.
No, it'll probably be like me watching guys do barbecue or something like that. They should have a channel where it's just me watching a guy do barbecue all day, just sitting there watching the smoker for like 8 hours. Every once in a while, he takes a sip of the beer. I think now that's entertaining.
I just made Glenn's new name. There needs to be a TV show, a YouTube series, something, or even better, and this can go a couple of different ways.
Right.
Smoking with Glenn.
Glenn, everybody that comes here knows how much Glenn loves to use his smoker to make his famous Houseman ribs.
Well, I will tell you what, Dave. I think on Saturdays, we're going to do Smoking with Glenn. Every Saturday, 4:20 p.m. You'll see what we're smoking. Maybe we'll be smoking while we're smoking. That sounds like a lot of fun. You know what? I feel bad. She's not jumping in on herself in here by herself. So let's bring her in. Suzanne Bagnera.
Because I'm not just like Dave that just keeps injecting himself. I wait for my time.
That's right. You do.
It's the battle of the producers.
That sounds like you're way too nice. You got to do what you got to. Craig, what is TC, by the way?
Turkey.
Thanksgiving, Craig.
Oh.
What did you do with all the time you saved by not typing that entire thing out?
Drank water.
There you go. Healthy and pragmatic.
You asked.
So Colleen put this up from Tuesday's show, and I'm just gonna toss this up because we certainly talked about crypto and Bitcoin, and it was funny because my son was in the background, Colleen, and he's like, "Oh, I've heard about that," and I'm like, "Great, could you explain it to me? Give me the 7-year-old version." He's like, "I don't know. I hear it on YouTube and TikTok. I really don't know what it is, but I've heard of it before."
Now, Sports Arena as of December in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Crypto.com arena. No more Staples.
How do you feel about that being an LA person?
I think the jokes and the merch that's going to be created is going to be absolutely amazing, and it's never going to stop.
You think there's a lot of crypto-related humor, for example?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I can see.
If I think that's the case, why don't we get in on that before it happens? We could pop up a little street vendor shop outside the center. We could be the first ones out there. I'm talking some money, guys.
Yeah. Maybe even out of the Red Bubble store.
I forget the Red Bubble store for a second. We're going to be doing an FNA NFT. That'll be really good, right?
Well, actually, it's funny you say that.
It's
funny you say that, Glenn.
Oh.
Because anybody who didn't happen to see Craig Sullivan's post today that was promoting this great show, there's definitely an NFT.
Why are you doing this?
There's a very good possibility of an NFT coming. You can be the ones to own this majestic original piece of
Also,
digital art.
We're also releasing it as a 500-piece puzzle just in time for Arbor Day next year, I hear.
So get it now.
There you
It's
go.
a one of a kind.
And if you want a slice of Glenn, you can have that for a mere $1,000.
That's refreshing.
Right? I mean, I know I'm at least a $1,200 kind of guy, $1,200 kind of guy. So $1,000. That's pretty.
Hey, we gotta build it up to that pricing. We gotta start low.
Right. Oh, Colleen's got a great question. Do you think crypto is leading to the new world order? I don't know.
Suzanne can be smart enough to answer that question, but the other three on this show, I'm not sure if we're going to be.
Not as long as we have the MCU, there will never be a new world order.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but I was listening to some new order on the 80s station the other day on that. So I was like,
I like Amy's idea.
What is that? You need to spray some whipped cream on Glenn's head. That goes well with pineapple. You're like,
no, I'm not sure. Whipped
like
cream and pineapple, not so sure.
Yeah.
Hey, barbecue the pineapple.
Oh my God.
Glenn. You can do
Mike's
that.
a new order in concert. How cool is that? That's awesome. So
Wow.
we should do a countdown to my Genesis concert on December 10th. I'm so looking forward to seeing that particular show.
That should be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's at Madison Square Garden,
Last time
right?
I saw him, he was like sitting down doing a concert.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I hear it's a total bummer. His son's playing drums. I don't know what happened to Chester Thompson, who used to play with them. I don't know if Daryl Sturmer's in the band anymore, the guitarist that used to play along with them. So I don't know. Oh, boy, show us your turkey, Glenn. No, that is for an after-hours Patreon show. Maybe we could do that.
Apparently, Mike wants to borrow your shirt to go bowling, though.
I like that idea. I usually just put that on when I'm walking around the airport collecting the little carts that people use for luggage. Like you get 50 cents at a time.
Nice.
Hey, go outside with that on now. I bet you somebody hand you a really nice warm jacket.
Oh, ooh, yep. Grilled pineapple. Yes. Grilled
With
pineapple.
cinnamon, absolutely.
Rocks. That is one of those things that once I discovered it, I'm like, damn, that is so good. And it goes well with so much.
Just don't put it on pizza.
Anthony and a turkey.
I'm going to disagree on that.
What are you disagreeing with? Uh-oh.
Grilled pineapple or pineapple on your pizza.
Oh, I'm not comfortable with that.
No, I'm not either. I've tried it. I admit it.
It's all right. You just have to get over it.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
All right. This show's going exceptionally well, and I think it's no coincidence that Dave got pulled away for a work issue. That's all I'm thinking about right there.
But every time you mention his name, it's like Beetlejuice. All of a sudden he pops back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just
no,
saying.
he's too busy touching his balls.
He's too busy touching his what?
His walls.
Remote? Oh.
That was a W. That was a W with the last word. All right. Don't want to get our W's confused with B's. That could lead us down to a problem. Colleen, I have not been looking at Facebook much anymore, quite frankly. I'm trying to get we're trying to get some people to help with doing the no vacancy stuff, but I'm really having a hard time with Facebook. It just feels like such a cesspool of hate. And I think I mentioned a few weeks ago, I just put up a post saying, hey, with the supply chain issues, can't they bring in National Guard to help with that? And I got pilloried by crazy people, and I'm just like, I need a break from Facebook for a little while. I need more of a break from Dave, but he keeps insisting on butting in. But what are you going to do?
Wait a minute. You're saying you got stuff from the National Guard Facebook post you got about a logistical thing?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, man.
Unbelievable.
Hey, how about this is an idea? What do you think? And I get you suck. You're a communist. Go back to Russia.
Oh my!
I mean, I agree with all of those statements, but towards you, but
totally different reasons.
But how do those things come together? That's what I don't understand.
Listen, it's just
who was the general that went down and helped out in New Orleans after Katrina?
What's that?
Because he made that same comment. The general that they sent down to help bail out FEMA after Katrina he was a great logistics mind in the Army. And a week before you did that post, he was on one of the morning news shows, and he said, "We can fix this tomorrow. Send the National Guard in. We're great at logistics. We can use some of the bases around Los Angeles to store things." And he had a great plan, and you got pelted.
That's so weird. I have to go back and read that.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's old news. Let's face forward. Let's do fun stuff. Meta means dead in Hebrew. I did not know that. That's hysterical. All right. In the meanwhile, I want to focus on positive stuff about the Thanksgiving holiday. Of course, I'm talking about having horrible transportation and travel experiences when we are on the road for Thanksgiving, or any other real horrible experiences that you've had. Travel delay, Dave. I mean, it's right there in your name. That's your signature move. What kind of delay have you had that just brings you so much hell? And guys, feel free. Throw it into the comment section. Tell us what your travel delay was.
Please. I don't want to be the only one here talking about all the travel crap I've dealt with. I mean, the reason I even brought this up yesterday, Glenn, because I know you had it on your mind already, but I was texting you about it, is because I sat in traffic yesterday from the Port Authority bus terminal to my house the entire way. I left my job at 5 o'clock.
Oh, God.
My bus ride should take me 40 minutes. It took me 3 hours.
Yep.
Now, I knew today I was going to be screwed either way. So I've already planned to take the train. I'm going to go to Penn Station, no problem. I did not expect yesterday to be such a disaster on the New Jersey Turnpike, 495, 78 West, Garden State Parkway South, N22. It was about as bad as it gets, but it is not the worst travel experience I've ever had.
The worst travel experience I ever had was having to be in the same car as Dave for 20 minutes.
Oh, ouch, ouch.
Dave, how did you not
anyway,
think the Tuesday before Thanksgiving was not going to be a bad travel day?
Because it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Glenn, stop it!
No, they've advanced that to Tuesday now. Didn't you read any of the AAA reports?
No, I have not.
But so many people traveling. So many people are like, Wednesday sucks. I'm going to fake out everyone and go Tuesday.
So maybe the bus ride today is not going to be bad. I got to check Google Maps.
It should Mike be good. Hey, I've been on vacation all week, apparently.
Woo.
Mike says he's stuck on a train from Denver to Chicago in college. Took 4.5 days to get from Denver to Chicago on a train. Got home on Christmas Day at midnight.
So Mike, did it turn into like a Lord of the Flies situation there after a while? Everybody trying to go after the last little cracker pack or something like that in the dining car?
No, it was the mini bottles. Once they were gone, it turned into Lord of the Flies.
I can picture it all falling apart in 20 minutes. What's that?
I'm just thinking 4.5 days on a train. I couldn't even imagine. I think that beats any story I'm going to have.
I guess it wouldn't be bad if you had your own sleeper car, so that would probably make it more palatable. But I can't imagine being on a bus for as long as you were, David.
You know, the thing about the bus was at least I had my phone. It wasn't terrible because I had my phone. I was keeping myself busy. I mean, it was not great. I wasn't happy, but I got stuck. So I made this great choice one time in my life to drive to Larchmont, New York, which maybe Glenn knows about, not sure. But it's right by New Rochelle, New York. I was going to this amazing Italian restaurant with my parents, and we had a dinner or like a late lunch, early dinner set up for I want to say 5 o'clock. This is a beautiful fall Sunday. We're driving up. Lo and behold, completely forgot that the Jets were playing at the Meadowlands that same Sunday, and the game ended at 4 o'clock. So while I was supposed to get there at 5, I got there at 7:30.
Oh, my God.
Crawling along the New Jersey Turnpike, the George Washington Bridge, across county, Major Deegan, all with disgruntled Jets fans because I'm sure they lost that day because they always lose. So that was my worst travel day because not only was I stuck in 3 hours of crap traffic, but I couldn't even entertain myself. It was just the worst. Secondly, or shortly ahead of when I had to follow Glenn's tire tracks through the snow-filled Catskill Mountains with no cell service.
That's terrible.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Suzanne.
I was just going to say I had a fun one in 2016. I took the family out to Iowa to celebrate my graduation for my PhD, and there was the middle of an ice storm in the middle of the country. Ooh. And so every flight I had to get back was canceled, but I could get like one little tiny leg to another state. And then like I kept trying to get closer and closer and closer. And all was good until the last one where we got all split up because we couldn't sit together. There were 3 of us, and my son was probably like 3 at the time. So he had to sit with me. And in that process, I gave my husband my garment bag that had my $1,000 commencement robe in it and my pocketbook in the pouch inside because I could only juggle so much. And I was like, whatever you do, do not let this go, because it had my wallet in it. And needless to say, the flight attendant insisted there was no space and took it. And I didn't see it for, I think it was like 4 days later by the time it finally showed back up. Plus, I was delayed because I had to give finals. So I finally got us to Baltimore. And then they were telling us from Baltimore it was going to be like a 5-day delay to fly out. And so I rented a car and I drove overnight to get us home. So
planes, trains, and automobiles.
Do whatever it takes.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Now, I don't know if it was the same point in time, but I was trying to get up to a relative's house up in Los Angeles, which they live in Burbank. So basically without traffic, it's about an hour's drive. Going up there for Thanksgiving dinner, and 3 hours, and I haven't even made it into LA County from Orange County. And I thought the top of my head was going to explode. And it's just like, that's it. I'm not going. I got off the freeway, came back home, and I called them when I turned around. I said, look, I'm like in Huntington Beach. I haven't even gotten as far as Long Beach yet. It's like, I'm done. I'm not making it. You know? So, of course, I had nothing but crap. And going, yeah, you just left late, didn't you? I said, no.
The best traffic jam I ever went to was my buddies and I drove from New York City in a Winnebago down to the Everglades in Florida to go see Fish perform for the holiday weekend leading into. Of
course, it was a Fish story,
right? So the reason why I say it's the best one is because like I had 3 days of awesomeness, including a concert that went from 11:45 p.m. straight to sunrise, which was really freaking cool, and probably a story for another day. But the traffic jam, we were stuck in traffic for 14 hours trying to get into the venue on that one. But it was one of the happiest, most feel-good moods that anyone have, because everyone just kind of got out and walked along their cars and hung out and drank and partied with each other. And it was really a lot of fun. Contrary to that, I'm driving back and forth for Thanksgiving holiday when I was in college. The New Jersey Turnpike just sucks, Dave, right? You know how it goes. Dave just talking about how bad that was. And back in the day, before we had Easy Pass, we had to do things like stop at the toll booth, and it'd be like you'd be stuck at a toll booth, no joke, for 2, 3, or 4 hours online for the freaking toll booth. And I'm like, in situations like that, I figure if they can't get their shit together, if you have to wait more than 30 minutes, they should just let everyone go for free at that point, you know? And it would turn these 5-hour drives to get down back and forth from University of Maryland to where I lived on Long Island into 11 or 12 hours, which is not nearly as cool as being stuck in the airport, because at least you could drink in the airport. Here I had to be sober and drive home and listen to terrestrial radio, which always sucked in like Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Speaking of being stuck in the airport, since we just talked about the train or the road traffic, you know, this is obviously the busiest travel day of the year, and yes, the roads are garbage. And right now, my drive home is about, according to Google Maps, an hour and 40 minutes. So I will not be taking the bus today, but the airports aren't much better. And so I want to transition into some of the worst airport stories you guys have, and I have 2. I'll tell the quick one first, and I'll save my second one for the last go for the end of the go around. But a couple of Thanksgivings ago, my father-in-law lived in Miami, and he was flying up here to visit for Thanksgiving. Had the amazing thought of flying into Newark Airport at about 7:00 on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. When I tell you, it took me 2 hours to pick him up at the airport. It didn't take 2 hours to get to the airport. It took 2 hours to get him from the airport, because so many people were going in there that when you're going to an airport, you have to go to the arrival departure area. it kept filling up so fast. The cops were like, okay, this is it. You guys got to circle around. And I would circle around and come back. And by the time I got back, it was full again. You got to circle around again and come back. So I circled Newark Airport, which is a big circle if you don't know it too well. I would say a good 13, 14 times. Before I was able to actually get to him. And then, of course, I worked at Newark Airport at the hotels later on. I knew the airport better. I know what I could have done differently. But at the time, I was infuriated, not because it was my father-in-law, because I couldn't leave my father-in-law. If it was my dad, I said, screw it, get yourself a cab. I'm leaving. But because it was my wife's dad, what am I going to do? I'm just screwed. So I spent an entire tank of gas. I basically drove to Philadelphia around Newark Airport for 2 hours.
That's funny. It's funny you should say that. When my family and I came back from a Thanksgiving-related Disney World trip 6 years ago, we couldn't get the car service to come pick us up because it was all screwed up at the airport, just like that, Dave. It literally took us an hour and a half for that van to show up in order to take us to our car so we could drive home. Yeah. So I've been through that. That is really super painful. So Colleen's worst trip, red eye from LA to Tampa. She had exit seats. They don't recline. Oh, that is really, really horrible on a red eye over there. And Mike says, my rugby team flew standby for 2 seasons. The only thing keeping us super sane was glue quarters on the floor and mock people for trying to pick them up.
I think every time I've had a horrible flight, it's always where I've had O'Hara as, a layover.
That's where my story's going to go, Craig. We're going to talk very well about O'Hara. So
if I never see that airport again, it'd be too soon. And it was always on United Airlines, and the connector was always at the far end of the terminal, and it was, like 10 minutes to run from one side of the terminal to the other one to try and get on the plane. And then by the time you got there, they told you there was a 45-minute delay. Then it turned into a 90-minute delay. Then it turned into God knows what. And just horrible.
Mine was back in the day with Braniff Airlines.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, we must be talking probably in like the 80s. And I was traveling with my mom. We used to come down in February to Florida to come visit my grandmother. And we would always take the first flight out, and we were on the airplane for a long time. There was some mechanical error after being on it for I think 3 or so hours, and they kicked us all off. And that was back in the day when you really had to heavily rely on your travel agents to help rebook you because you couldn't pay. Thanks for that, because people don't realize, right? Actually, there's a great video I show in class with Southwest Airlines, and they show the airline graveyard that they have of all the airlines that went under, and they don't want to be like them. But anyway, so we finally relied on the travel agent because you couldn't get online and advance anywhere at the ticket counters to eventually get us back down to Florida. And we had to then go from one terminal to another. So we had to get our luggage and we had to haul butt to the other side. So we're grabbing our luggage and we're going out. And believe it or not, this is when they were actually checking the luggage tag strips that they would put on your boarding pass.
Yeah.
And they refused to let us leave the airport with our luggage because the tag strips weren't with my mom's tickets.
Yeah.
Because of the ticket change, the ticket agent had taken the whole thing. And I remember my mom just getting down on her knees, losing it. And I was like, okay, obviously you have them. We don't. So I remember being really young and being like, so we need to find the manager in the office and we need to go through every single ticket. And I remember sitting on the floor and going through every single ticket. And finally we found them. But at this point we missed our flight that was already arranged.
My God.
And then I was like, this is your fault. I guess I was advocating back then. I'm like, no, we need to get another flight and you're going to help us do that. And they did. Yeah. But it took us 27 hours to go from New York to down here in Orlando in Florida.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Well, let me ask you, do any of you guys remember BOAC, British Overseas Air Carrier?
Sorry, Craig. Hey, that makes you the old man.
Look at any video of the Beatles arriving in New York, and that
Okay.
was the air carrier.
It wasn't. You sure it wasn't Pan Am?
No. BOAC. They came over there. Oh, they were going to let them out of the UK into the US on Pan Am.
Wow,
Like, oh no, you're going on our carrier.
that's
It's
fascinating.
very tiny, but it's there.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow, look at you.
And it's also in a song on the White Album.
BOAC.
Yeah. It's a lyric in one of the songs, and which song it is escapes
Number
me
9?
right now.
We'll figure that out in a second. But Michelle MacArthur says her worst story: travel delays back from Mexico storms, redirected to Houston, and stuck on the tarmac for 7 hours. Got up in the air, had to come back down.
Oh God.
People were so irate, doing all imaginable to get off the plane. It was surreal. So that's got to be pretty rough.
Wow.
I had to tell you, one of my best trips, I was down in Cabo San Lucas, and we got hit with a hurricane, and the next 2 to 3 days they were fixing the runways in the airport.
Right.
None of the U.S. carriers would come in and bring people back, but Mexicana, who's also heavily invested in Cabo San Lucas, their pilots came in. I had won a trip, and I'd taken 4 of my relatives with me, and we were down there for a week, and it was just a great time. And being on Mexicana Airways, I'll fly a Mexican carrier anytime I go into Mexico because I know they're going to get me out. So, yeah.
Found a song.
Well, it seems to be the theme in Mexico for them. Get me out, right?
So
Which song is it, David?
The song Back in the USSR.
Flew in from Miami,
okay.
BOAC. Oh, I get that. Ah.
There you go.
See?
Little trivia.
See what a
You
couple
know,
Google
We
searches can do?
debunk things on the show, and we give you some trivia.
Yeah, but starting next year, we're going to be focused entirely on creating conspiracy theories. So I'm really excited about our 2020.
Yay.
Plenty of material out
I need to
there.
get this out of Craig's
Okay?
head. I'm sorry. This is really bothering me. But Craig seems to keep leaning over it. And goes
Yeah, I was
right
just going to
across
say,
the
can we
eye.
shut that off or switch Glenn and Craig?
But so my O'Hara story. So remember a while back I told you guys about my dumb friend who booked us on the 12:30 a.m. Sunday flight out of Vegas. On this
I don't
same,
know, did you say that on air and stuff like that? I don't remember.
I feel like I did, but if not, I
I feel
will.
like some people. Give them a little idea.
Let's fill you back in.
Not on this show. I think it was the
So
other
we'll fill you
show.
back in real quick. But basically, my first and only time in Las Vegas was a bachelor party with some college buddies. And we relied on my college buddy to plan the trip. So this part, my second story is going to be us going out to Vegas. But the first part of the story, and I'll keep it brief, we were talking about on a couple of shows ago the amazing things you can do in Vegas on a Saturday night. So he books the trip. He books us all flights. He sends us all the itinerary. All my friends, we're about 23, 24 at the time. They're like, yeah, we're going to Vegas. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And I look at the ticket, and I'm like, nobody realizes that he booked us on a flight home at 12:30 a.m. Sunday morning. And they're like, so it's Sunday. I'm like, you do realize that means you have to be at McCarran at 10 p.m. Saturday night? And everyone was like, oh. So
Ding, ding, ding.
So they,
Come on, sound effects.
So-
yeah, really, give me something. So then,
Oh wait.
so then he called
This
the
is probably
airline.
what you all were feeling you were in, right?
I was the only one who realized this. Everyone was so amped. So we called the airline back, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna change you for $150 plus the difference in fee now." Blah blah blah. I was like, $400 to change it. We're a bunch of 20-year-olds got no money, as opposed to me being 34-year-old and having no money. So we were all kind of just like, I guess we're leaving McCarran at 10 p.m. And as we got into the black car to take us from the MGM Grand to McCarran Airport,
Yep.
the guy was like, "Who leaves Vegas on Saturday night?" And we're like, "We do, because
You all
this
pointed at your
dumbass
buddy.
right here." But the way out there,
It's been
same
so horrible.
same trip, and this Craig you'll appreciate. So I think we were actually flying United. We have a layover in O'Hara. We leave
I like how you guys keep saying O'Hara like we're in Gone with the Wind or something like that as opposed to O'Hare.
Yeah, fair enough. So we leave JFK at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 a.m. EST, we leave JFK.
All right.
We land at O'Hare,
Yeah.
and I turn around, and my two friends are sitting behind us. I have three with me, and the one who booked everything goes, and I'm like, what does that even mean? We get off the plane. He's like, they canceled our next flight. I'm like, what do you mean they canceled the next flight? He says, if it's bad weather, it's canceled. So we had after we got off the plane and we're talking to everybody, we had the great pleasure. Apparently there was monsoon level storms in Chicago.
Wow.
For 6 hours prior to us arriving.
Right.
And there were going to be 12 hours of monsoon level storms after. But there was a 90-minute window where it stopped. And that was the 90 minutes that we landed there because they had diverted other planes to other parts of the country. Not us.
Right.
We got to land there. So we land. We're canceled. It starts to monsoon. We're stuck in O'Hare for 12 hours.
Oh!
With everybody else.
God.
We tried all different flight combinations to the point where they were going to send 3 of us to Dallas, 2 of us to Los Angeles to reconverge in LA. All those flights got canceled. Eventually, we made it on a standby flight out of O'Hare at 3 a.m. Central Time. Mind you, we left.
Yep.
No, sorry, 1 a.m. Central Time. Mind you, we left Kennedy 8 a.m. Eastern Time.
Jesus Christ.
Made it to Vegas 2 a.m. Vegas time, translated to 5 a.m. Eastern Time.
Must have been ready to party.
Oh, we went out.
Well, you were in your 20s, I guess.
2 of my friends went to sleep. 3 of us went out. We went around Vegas. So we lost the entire first day to flight delays at O'Hare. We lost the entire last night due to a dumb flight booking a ticket at 12:30 a.m. on Sunday. So yes, that was my first and only Vegas experience. Didn't go according to plan.
Listen, what happens in Vegas?
That's why you don't like ketchup and hot dog eaters. Plan your fun.
Wait a minute. I take offense to that because I wasn't planning it, Mike McManus. Thank you very much. I'm the one who realized all this shit was going to go down.
That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Suzanne, it was still funny because there was a burn.
That what happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas.
Not anymore. It never
and
stays
if you're
there.
ever wondering, your kneecap is the hardest bone in your body to break.
Right. Uh-oh.
And I did it while in Vegas.
Story. What happened?
Yeah, talk about a hard flight trying to get back home.
Wait, how'd you break the kneecap? You can't just leave us on that.
Well, she got into a situation and some guys with the crowbar came at her, right?
There you go. That's one story. Pick anything. Honestly, I was just like,
I get it.
anything possible, and it's going to sound better than what really happened.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Chris, you are so right. It got really dark.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Behind you. Yeah. Like 5 minutes ago, it was like sunshine at noon, and now it's like pitch black. What the hell?
I was just thinking
I'm trying to light myself up with a candle over here.
Turn on the porch light.
I'll have to get up, and I'll tell you my knee breaking story, and then I'll go. So anything you want, come up with it. I was out for a GM conference. IHG used to do their conferences. It was awesome. This was my first experience. Brought my husband with me.
Was that at Venetian Palazzo when they did them over there?
said you can't gamble away, but you can have a lot of fun. And I got to do what I've got to do. We were in between sessions, and we were supposed to be heading out to the pool. And I realized I had a spider bite on my leg. So I reluctantly said, "Ooh, let me go put on a pair of pantyhose so that you can't see it." Well, that was where my demise came into play. And the last time I ever wore pantyhose, I dislocated my kneecap putting my pantyhose on.
What?
Oh my God. Yep. Oh my God.
And then when I fell down, what I did not know at the time was because my knee was dislocated, the bed frame was sticking out underneath the bed skirt.
Oh, I know that story.
All right, I got to turn off the volume for me. I'm going to pass out if I hear too much more. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, it was pretty painful.
But
I got to use the line when I called my husband, "Honey, I've fallen and I can't get up." Yeah, it
my
was pretty
God.
intense. But flying home,
Ouch.
the lovely agent at U.S. Airways graciously told me as I got early to arrive because it was my right knee. That they couldn't accommodate putting me on the left side of the plane on the aisle seat where the bulkhead was so I could keep my leg out
Yeah.
straight because I was in an immobilizer from my ankle to my crotch. And so he politely told me that I would have to wait to fly home until I could bend my knee.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The pilot happened to overhear that. And then he came over. He goes, "We'll do whatever it takes to get you home on this plane." I got home.
Good for them. Good for them. That's when they had, good customer service skills. Now, Glenn, I know that you are upholding the long Jets tradition of wearing pantyhose.
Yes.
Have you broken your kneecap putting on your pantyhose?
No, but oddly enough, one time I had broken my kneecap, put pantyhose on, and it put everything back in place. So that's why to this day, I swear by them. Plus, it makes my legs look really nice.
All right, is that better?
Colleen's got a nice story.
There you go.
Colleen remembers in the waiting area to board, and a busload of loud and rowdy teenagers arrived for the flight. Sounds like Glenn's crew. OMG, I went up to see if she could upgrade to first class, and they wanted $700 and more. Colleen said, screw it. She took the trip. It was very loud. So, tip, guys, don't travel with rowdy teenagers or Glenn House.
Now, going west out of San Diego to either Oahu or Honolulu, or Maui, if you're traveling on the 7 a.m. flight, you can usually get an upgrade for somewhere between $100 and $200 first class, and it's well worth the money.
What's the airport going out of Cali where they have to turn the engines off mid-air?
No, they don't turn them off. They throttle them back, and it is John Wayne Airport, SNA.
So what's really happening? Don't they correct
a lot of rich white people had something.
That's right. Because as you're flying over, the flight attendants will come on the PA and go, "Rich white people sleeping." So yeah.
So they turn off the airplane.
No, they just throttle it
glide
back.
into the Pacific Ocean. They turn it back on with a prayer and a wish, and so far so good.
I like that you said prayer and a wish.
Builds great jet engines.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't have to worry about it. It's just Boeing assembling everything that you have to be concerned about.
That's too funny. The worst travel story I've had this year, guys, is I went for this trip to Vegas in June over to Miami to do an event, and I came and as soon as I walked into the Miami airport, an hour and a half before my flight, I walk in, and as I'm walking into the airport, I get an alert on my phone. Your flight has been delayed 3 hours. So I'm like, damn, you can just stay at the hotel. So then I go to check in, and then as soon as I get through TSA, I get another alert. It was delayed even longer. I wound up being stuck for more than 8 hours, and I'm not even sure why. And mind you, that was at the end of a 10-day trip, and all I wanted to do was get home. And I was so sick for some reason. I don't know what was going on. Maybe I caught something when I was in Vegas, and it took a couple of days to fester. But that was really painful, really not fun, really not all good. Do I shave my legs too? No. I use Nair. Yeah. So I'm really religious about keeping my legs
buttery smooth.
One of the funny things you guys don't know about me is I'm actually a leg model. So, companies will hire me for their catalogs. If they need, a sexy leg, I'll just show a thigh or something like that. It's been, I don't like to talk about it too often.
Do you get to use those rainbow Crocs when you do that?
Tie-dye Crocs. And if I'm lucky, but that's like a 20% premium on the charge. So sometimes people don't go do that. That's why I've been trying to take on a lot of private clients lately. They can appreciate legs and tie-dye Crocs.
So you mentioned Miami Airport.
Does anybody have anything good to say about Logan International?
It's a cool drive from
guess
it's a
not.
cool drive from the tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's
I guess Bruce will fill us.
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
but-
I wouldn't
but-
say it's
Sure,
like
Bruce
super
Ward
bad.
just
I
in
mean,
a
once
second
all that
from the show.
renovation stuff, it got better. And I mean, I would rather go to TF Green or Manchester only because they're easier and they're low key. But most of the time, I'm going and my husband will just pick me up and drop me off when I was living up there, so wasn't horribly bad.
Okay.
Well, Glenn mentioned Miami Airport,
Right.
and I thought I had the picture on my computer, but I didn't transfer it over. So I did find it online, but I found one of the most unique airport features you're ever going to see in any airport across the world. I took a picture of it. I have it on my other computer at home, but I did find it online here. Suzanne, probably living in Florida now, you can appreciate the ingenuity of this. But if you ever want to see a true engineering marvel in the Miami airport, go find this stall.
Oh my God.
So in case you get lonely,
Wow.
in case you're going to get lonely in your bathroom time, Miami Airport has you covered.
Wow.
Okay, now if that's a couple's toilet, the magic is definitely gone.
Dude, you remember
okay?
that Saturday Night Live fake commercial skit that they did with the dual toilet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What was that?
Exactly.
I feel like that was Victoria Jackson
Probably.
and either Kevin Nealon or Phil Hartman. I don't know. I feel like we need to look that up.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's
Yeah, I'll stick with Orlando,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
West Palm.
So the best flight delay I ever had, I was flying back to New York City. I was in Madrid, but I had a layover in Paris, and I got fortunately the client paid for a business class coming back on Air France, which was a Delta share partner, right? So I get there, I get on the plane. They immediately give me a champagne. Before I know it, I'm in it for a 3-hour delay over there, right? But I'm in first business class with Air France, and they're giving me amazing food, and they're giving me great drinks. And I'd been wanting to watch at the time the movie The Kingsman, and Kingsman 1 and 2 were both on there. And I watched both those movies. It was freaking awesome. I got blasted, and then I got to sleep it off the whole flight home. And then I was nice and sober when I got in my car to come home to then sleep for the next 24 hours. It was freaking awesome. Best flight delay. Air France has got killer food up in business class, guys.
So,
Don't forget, Glenn, we still have to spend 24 hours in business.
Oh, Chris says, yes, Kevin Nealon for sure in that skit, right? Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, I share
There
a
you
birthday
go.
with Kevin Nealon for those out there in Trivia Land. And I've met him twice, and both times he was a total a-hole, which really pissed me off.
So basically, you're saying that your birthday, anybody born on your birthday, is a big giant a-hole. Got it.
No, I share a birthday with Alan B. Shepard Jr., the first American in space, and he's a hero. So don't you mess with us on November 18th.
My son shares his birthday with Sammy Hagar, October 13th.
Dude.
Speaking of your son, Craig.
Pardon
Speaking
me?
of your son, isn't there a great?
No,
That's
we'll
a
bring that in
cliffhanger.
later.
Oh, okay.
I
We'll
know.
bring that in later. We'll bring those in all at once.
Wow.
We'll do that in the plug of the
Considering us teased. Wow. I'm like,
This is
wait,
what this again.
I share my birthday with Benito Mussolini, and I can't figure that one out at all.
so Craig, I remember.
Oh, I think Caesar was in there as
Craig,
well.
I remember when we were
so.
talking a couple of days ago, and we were like, "Yeah, we'll just go on. We'll do a show. We're not going to do. We're not going to worry about doing a full hour. We'll be all right if we do a half hour." I feel like we say that all the time, and then we can't stop.
Whoa. Nobody.
It's a candid
Nobody
conversation.
told me
We're all
about
having
these
so much
plans.
fun. Look at this. We're at almost 50 minutes.
Dave,
So, yeah.
Dave,
They were trying to manage you, Dave.
Yeah, it's because we get excluded.
If you guys want something to happen on a rundown time, you got to tell me. I'll make it happen.
Hit the plug of
You won't be
Palooza
happy
button.
about it, but I'll make it happen.
Oh.
Yes, no.
Let's see what my commute is up to home. Let's see what we're up to. now.
So last time Dave reported on this was at 1 hour and 40 minutes. Pins and needles, waiting to hear how long it's going to be. I'm going to
3
say
hours.
1 hour and 52 at this point.
Find out.
3.
So I got to do the whole work again because I didn't keep it up there because that's, the kind of work that I do.
Yep, that's great.
The shoddy work.
I think we need to start a pool on how long Dave's trip's going to be.
Again, don't forget.
Oh, wait a
I'm not
minute.
taking the
That's
bus.
interstate gambling. We can't do that. Oh, we
It's that
can't. We're
now
muted
because
now.
don't you realize, Craig? The states realize they can make money off of it, so now it's not morally
Hour
Okay.
and 47, baby.
an hour 40. Oh, it's 52.
Wow.
Damn it.
Looking good.
It is so going to get worse. So good luck. But
I'm
that's
going
what you have to worry.
to be
You
on
take
a
that
nice
train.
train. I'm going to have
Yeah.
a nice train ride this
Well,
Secaucus.
yeah, Dave, what's New Jersey Transit on time percentage? 8% maybe?
No, that's way too high. That's way too high.
Yeah, right.
I'm giving them way too much credit.
Hey,
But actually,
listen, it's Thanksgiving. I'm being benevolent.
but there's actually a good point there. I wonder if NJ Transit.
He's a benevolent
I
leader.
wonder if NJ Transit is cross honoring today because of the commute of the traffic. Maybe they're going to cross honor. I'm going to have to pay for my train ticket today.
Yeah, you know what? It's super fun. I don't know if you guys, some of you may not realize this out there, but on New Jersey Transit and the Long Island Railroad, there'll be certain days where it's just free. New Year's Eve is one of those kinds of days. Thanksgiving-ish is usually one of those days. There's just so many people on the trains, Craig, that they're just like, F it. We're not going
I'm
to deal with
questioning your idea of fun, okay?
Well, see, but you're not
Dude,
seeing the true factor there, Craig.
You
Or
can
Glenn.
save like $12, man. It's awesome.
As
Hey,
someone who
you
rode
know-
NJ Transit way too much in my life, it's not so much that they're just saying screw it. It's that they literally can't get through
Right.
to check tickets because everyone's standing person to person through all the aisles.
It's
And
like a
you'll just-
Japanese subway.
You'll just see the conductor there on his phone like
Oh
this,
my
not even
God.
trying to get through. So
They
they're
got-
not being
they got-
benevolent and helping us out. They just
You got
can't do
guys
the
on the
job.
platform with sticks trying to make everybody fit and push you in. It's crazy.
So, Dave, do me a favor. Take the Long Island Railroad and do the Port Washington line.
That
Get out.
one rocks.
Check out the land. That's my family's land. We leased it to the train station
Wow.
so
What?
that the train station could be in town.
No way.
That's so cool.
Glenn, that's mailbox money
Dude,
right there.
Suzanne, I got a buddy who lives over there who needs a good parking space. Can you?
That's such a problem.
Port
Yeah.
Washington one, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, parking near that train station is ridiculously bad. I would just walk from my house when I'd have to take the train. It was probably like 1.25 miles.
Yeah, my buddy does like an Uber a lot over there.
Yeah. You're almost better off parking down at the town dock and then taking the Uber up.
There you
There's
go.
Suzanne's
Look at that.
Yep.
family's land. How about that? How cool is that? So without trying to get too many details, I'm going to ask you some detailed questions now.
All right.
How many year lease did you guys sign? And you
The
guys still
original
own
was
the land?
100 years
100
Why
year
100
lease.
and not 99? 99 seems to always be the one. But why was your family so bold as to go the full century?
because my great-great-grandfather was the pharmacist in town, Alfred C. Ballas, and wanted to make sure that public transportation came in so that you could move around. And then he was also the first one to have a telephone in town. So people
Yes,
would come
like
in-
general stores and
As the
pharmacies did that.
pharmacist,
I
yeah,
learned
you
that,
should.
by the way, in Little House on the Prairie. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So what
Glenn?
happens when the 100-year lease expires and you guys, as your family, say, "Screw this, we're going to sell it to some mega mall"?
Yeah, my dad re-signed, but in the event that the railroad would ever decide they wanted to realign where they go or make a change, it reverts back to.
Back immediately, yeah. Now, the reason you get 99 most of the time, depending on your jurisdiction, state by
Yes.
state, if it runs 100 years or longer, the lessee could automatically get fee title based on the term of the lease.
Right.
So that's why they'll do a maximum term out here in California to 99
So it's kind of
years.
like if somebody stays 30 days in a hotel, they could just stay there forever because you can't evict me.
Till they're
Right.
evicted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Now, one of the states that's really made a fine art
Right.
out of a ground lease, besides California, is Hawaii.
Right.
And if you look at Baldwin and Bishop Estates and all that, which are both traded on the big board, everything they do is a groundlings. They're never letting loose.
That's
of
like
anything.
China for you.
Did anybody see Mike's comment?
Yeah, I was just about to put it up when
Yes.
Craig stopped talking. I'll let you put it up.
Suzanne's family is a drug dealing land tycoon. Mike wins. Mike wins the show.
Oh, Mike wins.
That was
Yeah,
good. Actually, my
absolutely.
family at one point.
You know what? I think that spray that he sent us, Glenn, I think he's been
A
using
little
that a little bit
too
too
much.
Oh, by the way, our good friend at Pirate Revenue, I don't have it here with me today, but I finally got my eye patch.
Nice.
How many
Captain
weeks
Chris
did
sent
it
it
do?
to you.
You know, 6
Yay.
months and you can accomplish almost anything. Thank you, the U.S. Postal Service.
Yes.
All right, Dave will be
Huge
back, I'm
fun.
sure, in 1 second. But Craig, I'm
Beetlejuice.
thinking it's time we should wrap up this holiday extravaganza. What do you think?
Plug and
All right, here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. That's right. Unlike the rest of the show, where we're reserved, all bets are off right now. That's right. It's the Plug-a-Palooza Holiday Heat Wave. Suzanne, what are you plugging tonight?
Good, blessed happiness. I hope that everybody honestly takes time to enjoy their family and enjoy life. Colleen is asking to see how my husband's doing. And I would say we are doing much better. It's definitely, as my college president would say, a marathon, not a sprint. He's doing better. It's going to be a long haul. But honestly, life is short. You never know what's going to happen. Just enjoy everybody and enjoy your holidays. Put all your Plug-a-Palooza stuff away for your family and just enjoy. You never know what tomorrow will bring.
Dave?
Very hard to follow that, but
Yeah, she totally effed it up. Now we all have to be thankful and stuff like that.
I was going to say, I was going to say anyway, we should do it around the table and see what we want to be thankful for. But I will be honestly, I'm going to be sappy here. I am thankful for all of you guys. I'm thankful that we were able to do this show. I don't know where you guys came up with this entire concept. It was just kind of thrown on me.
Adult beverages were involved.
It was in the middle of a drug-fueled state. I'll tell you that.
Well, this show has certainly hit the mark of a drug-fueled, drunken state. So
there's Captain Chris.
There it is. Yes. So, Chris, I do have the eye patch. Thank you very much for that. I'm very thankful for my eye patch. But I love the show. It's a great A to N Fridays, especially.
That ties in great. Look at what Colleen said. A blink of an eye. Oh.
See the timing on this show, not just from us, but from the guests, is impeccable. So I'm thankful for all of you guys and thankful for everybody out there that watches this show. It makes it so much fun. I'm going to go sit in a subway/train delay, most likely, because I am travel delay Dave. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the holiday.
TC,
don't take off yet.
TC, what you thinking, bro?
Hey, David, bring up that first picture if you would.
You never. Oh, you did order them. Shit.
That's what you get when you got a producer like that.
I forgot the order. All right, hold on. Nope, I didn't forget the order. Maybe I did. I'm not sure.
Should I rerun the graphic, Dave? Should we?
No. I got it.
No need for
that.
Hold on, it's coming.
Well, at least Amy is happy and thankful for all of us and what we bring to the table.
I think this was first. Maybe?
That's the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. Full disclosure. Very good friend of mine, Arnie Garfinkel, who Glenn knows, and his beautiful bride, Bonnie. Their daughter, Joelle, is one of the writers of this show.
Oh, cool.
And if you have not seen this show, this is the very best episodic television on a network.
So, Craig, I haven't seen this. The premise is like you can make different decisions and your life can go in different directions. And it reflects that?
Exactly. And there's like 3 different stories. One is a doctor, one is a cop, one is a rock star. And it's just a brilliant show. Their Thanksgiving show was on Monday, and it was great. And Joelle wrote that. Congratulations, Joelle. As her manager likes to say, she is a ray of sunshine, and she is. And knowing her dad, Arnie, that's got to come from Mom. Just kidding, Arnie. But Joelle, very proud of you, and congratulations on the show. Please, it's worth your time. Binge watch it over the holiday. You'll really enjoy it. I promise.
We're doing photo too?
If not, I will give you David at no charge. David, picture 2, please.
Oh, baby.
I'm going to be a dad. This is my new fur baby. I am headed to Connecticut next month to pick up Mackay. So I will have a new puppy in the house.
Yay. It's so exciting. I'm so happy for you. You know, it'll be so nice to have that love back in your house again, and know how much you love having a doggy around. It's awesome.
Yep.
What kind of pup is she going to be?
She's a blondie golden retriever.
Sweet.
Last one was a redhead.
I love how Suzanne said, what kind of puppy is she going to be? Like, Craig has any choice in the matter.
Well,
yeah.
Because she's not quite with him yet.
Not
puppy
yet,
breath.
but I get videos and photos from the breeder in Connecticut. So I'm flying to Connecticut to pick her up. And I'm going out economy plus, and Mackay and I are coming back first class. So
nice.
That'll be, I'm looking forward to that.
Craig, just because you're flying first class doesn't make you first class. So don't get a big.
I totally agree. I'm lucky I'm not in steerage and dogs in first class. So, David, you got number 3 there?
Oh.
These are the 2 people that I am the most thankful for. My son, Sean, and my grandson, Chase. And they are the world to me. And I love them very much. And I'm also very thankful that Glenn and I and Suzanne and David have all gotten together. And this show has just been a lot of fun. We're all coming off a very difficult year, a little bit longer than that now, actually. But I'm very thankful for all of my friends and family, and you guys are all family to me. Glenn's been that way for 20 years, and I will admit to that in a court of law. So, I thank you all. This is a highlight for me every Friday, except for today because it's Wednesday. We're breaking up on
It's
Wednesday.
It's work Friday. I mean,
right?
It's pretty much work Friday.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not.
on vacation.
Sadly, I consider Craig more of an acquaintance. So,
But Craig, you're forgetting somebody to be thankful for. There's one more photo I think you want to show, right? Because there's somebody else that I think you need to be thankful for your digital endeavor success. Am I mistaken?
Oh, yes. There is one more. I stand corrected. You're right.
I hope she's watching because she is.
I hope she is too.
Such an amazing person.
That's my producer from Click Connect, Danny. And, I've known her uncle for years and years and got to meet Danny and start working with her a year ago on Click Connect. And she's just been a tremendous, tremendous help. She runs the show and she's one of the best humans I know. So
this
Danny,
is the picture you chose to show of her.
Yes. As you recall, that's the picture we used when we did our producer's show on Friday Night Audit. So I thought it was apropos to use that.
Fair enough.
All right. So I just realized the entire time I've been a goblin as opposed to goblin. So I just the spelling of my
I was
name.
wondering what a goblin turkey was.
Yeah, totally. But I'm gonna just blame
Spider-Man.
I'm just gonna blame the tequila for that one. So sorry about that.
There you go.
Mike's getting kind of weepy over here. I know that's how I'm feeling. Listen, I'm first of all, Craig, F you for bringing up pictures of your family and stuff like that, not warning the rest of us, because now I look like a total jerk, like I hate my family or something like that. Because what am I
do?
Yeah. So kids, I love you. Lean, love you. I love my entire family. Mom, I know you're not watching, but if you were, I love you too. She was actually texting with me just a little while ago. She wants to know what time we're doing this get together tomorrow. I'm thankful for the opportunity to hopefully make a good duck tomorrow. But really, I'm just thankful to all of you guys out there. As I said earlier today, if you guys are watching the Hospitality 360 broadcast, super super thankful that over this last year and a half, everybody let me come into their lives in a more meaningful way. And people came on to No Vacancy Live to be able to share and kind of problem solve and figure out how we're going to get out to all of this. I'm thankful to the universe to allowing me to not lose absolutely everything and to learn a lot of lessons. And not only that, to, I think, prosper as a human being and in my career and as a person, as I said. So I'm super happy about all of that. I can't believe that we came up with this show, Craig, and I'm super thankful for that because, God damn it, it is so much freaking fun doing this stuff with you every Friday night or sometimes special editions like our Wednesday show. And I know we're going to be doing a special Wednesday night edition on March 10th, 11th. Wow, dude, that is
beard was a little longer.
Quite a long beard over there. My goodness gracious!
Notice
That's
he said
something
he's
to be thankful for.
Notice he said, Craig, he's very thankful to be doing this show with you every Friday. Once again, left behind.
No. You were purposely left out. Anytime you come on, it's the anti-thankful.
I thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
No, but seriously, as long as we're being thankful for things, Suzanne and Dave, thank you for helping make me look awesome on air 4 days a week and taking care of all of that stuff so I can just focus on a great conversation and connecting with people and talking to our audience and stuff like that. I love you all so much. Both the people that I'm in this room with right now and all of you watching out there. Thank you so much for your love and support. Craig, I'm feeling like this is kind of like where we should end it. What do you think?
Yep.
All right.
I agree. Thank you, everybody.
So we love you. We will see you next time. We'll be back Friday, December 2nd. Bruce Ford's our guest. Don't hold that against us. It'll still be good.
And we're talking whiskey at Logan Airport.
What's that?
We're talking whiskey at Logan Airport.
Are we? And I'll be in Las Vegas, and I'd have been there 3 or 4 days already, so don't expect much from me. Take care. Have a good holiday.
But there's no Fish concert.
Oh, I think I'm going to go see.
Oh,
Derek.
yeah, you weren't even thankful for the Fish band, Glenn. What the hell?
Huh?
You weren't thankful for Fish. I think they should be offended.
Thank you for allowing me to have paid to see 7 of your shows this year with another 2 more coming up in the holiday season that I'm going to go to. So,
aloha, everybody.
Yeah, several $1,000 in. All right. Thank you all. Appreciate you. See you next.
Bye.